you started your home care agency because you care. You want to make a difference. You want to help people live safely and with dignity in their own homes. But here's the hard truth. Just because you have good intentions doesn't mean the clients will just show up. Caring alone doesn't bring in clients. You might have posted on Facebook, printed flyers, maybe even joined a networking group or ran an ad or two. But what happened to the phones? The phone is not ringing the way you expected. Does that sound familiar? You're not alone. You're not doing anything wrong. You just might be making one big mistake. And today we are diving into the number one marketing mistake new home care owners make. And more importantly, how to fix it. So let's get started. Here's what we hear all the time. I've tried everything and nothing works. I've posted on social media, but nobody calls. At events, handing out business cards, but I don't get any referrals. I feel like I'm invisible. It's exhausting. You feel like you are spinning your wheels and you start to wonder, am I doing something wrong? Is the market just too crowded? We hear that all the time. Do I need a bigger budget to make this work? Before long, that constant discouragement steals your confidence. And when confidence goes, guess what? You start getting confused. But here's the good news. You don't need to do everything. You just need to stop doing this one thing. Let's call it what it is. Spray and pray marketing. That's right. Spray and pray marketing. You spray your message everywhere. You pray someone responds. You don't have a plan, no focus, just activity. It looks like this. You're posting everywhere without a real message. You're dropping off flyers to any building with a door. You're talking to every possible referral source without knowing what they really need. You're running ads without a clear audience or outcome in mind. You just pray and you pray. But that doesn't work. In most cases, it leads to burnout. Here's what actually works. Focused, consistent, relationship-driven marketing. Instead of trying to be everywhere, you go deeper in a few places that actually matter. Imagine knowing just 3 powerful referral partners, the kind who call you first when they need help with a patient or a client. That's how real growth happens. And yes, it's absolutely possible. Even if you're brand new, let me share a story with you about a former client. When she launched her home care agency, it was in a mid-sized city. She was passionate, prepared, and willing to work hard. But she made a mistake that many new home care owners make. She started with the hospitals, thinking that's where the best referrals will come from. But what she didn't know is that hospitals are tough to break into in most cases. Some discharge planners will not even return your call until you've been around for 6 months or more. For brand new agencies, that's a long time to wait for clients. So we helped her rethink her approach. We asked her, where do you already have trust? She thought for a second and she said, her church. That was her light bulb moment. She spoke to the church secretary and asked if they could include a short note in the bulletin. Just a message that she had opened a home care agency. Nothing flashy, nothing fancy. And guess what happened? It turns out that her pastor's granddaughter was a nurse at a local rehab facility. Can you imagine? And one of the members was actively looking for home care for their father. Guess who they called? They called her. She didn't chase, she didn't do any cold calling. She simply planted the seed where trust already existed. That one small shift became her first client and eventually her first referral partner. That's the power of relationship marketing. It starts with trust. And it starts where you already have trust. They already know you. So, what should you do instead? Here's a roadmap. Step 1, identify your top 3 referral categories. Don't try to serve everyone. Pick 3 referral sources to focus on. It could be your doctor's office, your primary care physician's office. It could be your church. It could be a senior community. It could be an elder law attorney. It could be a rehab facility. Ask yourself, who can refer to me and why should they? Number 2, reach out with relevance. Don't just say we provide great care. Everyone says that. Instead, solve a problem they care about. Say something like, We help reduce readmissions by ensuring that your patients get non-medical support at home after discharge. Or if it's to your primary physician, you can say, we'll ensure that your patients come to their doctor's appointment because we can accompany them to their doctor's appointment, right? If it's an elder law attorney, make sure you're speaking their language. Step 3, build a 30-day referral plan. No more winging it. Here's a simple 4-week rhythm plan that you can use. Week 1, just introduce yourself, maybe in person or by an email. Week 2, drop off something valuable like a checklist for them. Week 3, maybe you do a friendly follow-up call. Could be an email. Week 4, create an opportunity to collaborate, to partner with them, to do something together. And then week 4, track your activities. Who have you contacted? What did you leave behind? When you follow up, take notes from your interactions. Success isn't random, it is tracked. And tracking helps you repeat what's working, but also stop what's not working. Okay? And when you follow up, make sure you're taking notes of your interactions. Take good notes to learn from, right? Now, let's talk about the 3 biggest pitfalls that can quietly sabotage your marketing momentum. First, copying other agencies. It's tempting to scroll online, see what others are doing, and think, maybe I can do that too. But here's the problem. You are seeing the surface, not the strategy. That agency posting daily TikTok messages or LinkedIn messages might have a full-time social media manager or an audience completely different from yours. When you copy someone else's playbook, you risk losing your authentic message, the one thing that makes you memorable. Your story, your why, and your voice are your strongest marketing tools. So instead of copying, model the principle behind their success. If you admire their consistency, become consistent. If you like their storytelling, find your own stories to tell, because authenticity always outperforms imitation. Second, waiting to feel ready. That's a big mistake. So many new owners tell themselves, I'll start networking once my website is perfect, or I'll start visiting doctors' offices once I have better brochures. But perfection is a moving target. You know, you have to keep going. You don't need to have a polished brand marketing kit before you get started. Just go with your heart. Be authentic. People buy you long before they start buying your services. Start now. You polish as you go. Another mistake is not following up. You might greet someone at a networking event and then you don't follow up. You might send an email, you don't follow up. Here's what's powerful. Most partnerships are built between the 5th and the 7th touch point. What does that mean? If you quit after the first or the second or the third try, you've just lost a breakthrough. You have to be consistent. You have to be credible. It tells your partners or your referral partners that you're dependable and that you show up for them. That's the kind of networking, that's the kind of relationship building that works. So don't market to the masses, market to decision makers. Your reputation is built one touch point at a time. The goal is not to be seen, it's to be remembered. Here's a moment for you to reflect. What's one referral source you've been meaning to follow up with that could change everything for your agency? Drop it in the comments. Then go the next step this week. The next step is to reach out to them, follow up, stop by, stop wasting time on random marketing, and start building a real referral pipeline. Okay? So we can help you do this. Click on the link below and schedule your 30-minute strategy call. We'll look at your current marketing efforts. We'll stop the biggest gaps. We'll show you what works and what doesn't work. Because you cannot just continue doing what doesn't work and hope to be successful. You need a strategy. You need a plan that works. You need a proven plan that works. You need to be consistent. You need to build those relationships. You need to target the right audience. All those things we can share with you, tailor what works for you for the moment. Where you are, we'll meet you where you are. So don't let another day go by. Click on the link below. Schedule that free 30-minute strategy call. Let's help you bring in that first referral call, that first lead, that first client together.